Hello. I want to talk to you about the Old Testament humor. The Bible is filled with humor, and certainly the Old Testament does not fail in its comparison to the New Testament with humorous moments. There's humor in the Old Testament. There's a time in the Bible where I believe that the death of King Jeroboam, Second Chronicles 21 and 20, the writer of that passage says that he passed away, and to no one's regret. That he passed away to no one's regret. And I don't think the writer lacked any humor. Notable passage of David in 1 Samuel 21:15 through 16. David pretends to be crazy. He pretends to act insane before King Achish and the king of Gath, in order to avoid them making him return back to Saul, whom he was running from Saul because at the time Saul was trying to kill him. And so the Bible records in that passage that Achish says to his servants, "Am I so short of madmen that you have to bring this fellow to me?" I thought that was humor. I thought that was funny. Elijah was full of sarcasm and full of comedy when he confronted the prophets of Baal and the prophets of the grove. When they was challenged, he was challenging those men, 450 prophets and 850 total prophets of the grove and prophets of Baal, to call down fire from heaven. And in 1 Kings, I believe 18 and 27, he suggested that God may be sleeping, that he may be using the laboratory. We find humor in that moment. Numbers 22, 21 to 30, when Balaam was riding back on the donkey, and the donkey began to speak. And this, we know that donkeys don't talk, and we find humor in that. We find humor in Proverbs, where Proverbs is not only gold mine of wisdom and politically correct writings, but the writer of Proverbs 11 and 22 wrote, "Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who shows no discretion." Says, "Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife." Proverbs 21 and 9. Well, how about Proverbs 22 and 13? The sluggard says, "There's a lion outside," or "I will be murdered in the streets." Anything but gets out of the bed. And so these particular passages you find in the Bible where the writers showcased biblical humor. And so biblical humor, I believe, is necessary. I use a lot of humor during my preachment to bring forth a strong point with a sweet taste in someone's mouth to take away the stain of the serious point. So again, the Bible is filled with humor, and you see it all throughout the Old Testament, even in the book of Daniel, where Daniel was faced, the three Hebrew boys was faced in the fiery furnaces. You find humor there. And so the Bible, the Old Testament, is filled throughout. We see, I gave some scripture references of biblical humor, and just wanted to highlight that so that we know that God is not always serious, but there's laughter, there's a comedic side to the Creator. Thank you, and God bless you.